What's the cash prize or the kitty for something like this? Is it peanuts? Is it just the exposure you're looking for?
For these fighters up here, well, it's the cash prize ain't that big of a crowd, and it's the only way they're going to build themselves to get to a main big event where there's money, or TV or big time cable. You got to start somewhere, whether it's in a closed auditorium with 2 people in it, until it gets to be a crowd of 100,000 and on cable, and this is where it all starts. And they got to work their way up, and their prizes, how high they get, the higher they get, the bigger their prize.
And they're starting it up here. Eskia being rocked by Jones, but they're just trading blows. Jones up 2-0 in this fight, Polly, but that is not indicative of how Eskia is handling the wrath of Sean Jones.
Yep, as I said earlier, as the fight goes on, you're going to see them slow right down and a little holding on now and clinching, and now they're only looking for a good solid shot. And if that lands, which we saw during the night, then you'll see them open up again and try to take their opponent out.
Here's Jones trying to unleash a barrage of punches on his opponent, Eskia. Eskia with an overhand right that misses completely. They're separated by Nick Privetti. Now, Jones with a nice combination culminating in a left hook. Another left hook that stuns Eskia. Oh, he rocked him. Eskia up against he's buckled against the ropes. He seems to be wobbled by that one, Paulie.
Yeah, he's wobbled, but he's a game kid. He's hurt. But Jones is landing some serious punches on him now. Those were 2 great body punches there, which takes an awful lot out of the fighter.
Destructive.
Weakens their legs right up. And all you have to do after that is go to the chin, and the opponent's going to come down, you know. Like chopping down a tree, you know.
You're right, those punches are devastating. I mean, not only can you hear them, and you can see the impact.
Yeah, but it takes, a lot out of the fighter. It takes his legs away from him. He can't feel himself. And he's awake, but his body just falls apart. And then once his opponent goes upstairs, it's usually all over.
The last one of the fights we saw a few fights ago, we saw the fighter like throwing a left kick there. Well, I just saw Sean Jones leap in the air to throw that punch.
Well, there's sometimes we got some of these kickboxers ending up here. So I saw that fight where the guy was jabbing a little, kick him up in the air. So I said, this might turn into a kick boxing match in a minute here.
It seems that Jones has all the spring in his feet right now. Muhammad Eskia in the silver trunks, Jones in the red trunks. Jones has won the first 2 rounds. This is the third of 4 rounds here at the Grand Ballroom at the Lowell Sheridan Inn. They're separated now by Nick Privetti.
Jones got the better of the punches in, but I see that Eskia is coming back. Like he took some good heavy punches in the first round, but he's a game kid. We've seen that all night. These kids are all game, and the danger of a game fighter is that you got to watch out in those later rounds. He keep coming. Well, he's going to have his. Everybody likes to pitch. Nobody likes to catch. So when you can catch and pitch, you've got a tough guy in front of you.
Absolutely, and it can get frustrating for the aggressor. Sean Jones here taking the fight to Eskia. Eskia misses with a right hand. That will end round 3. I have to go with Jones again with that round, but like you said, Eskia showing a lot of spine hanging in there.
Yep, and that round, I would say Jones probably just by an edge in that round, but Eskia came a little back in that round, landed some good punches himself. And they give a little effort for a guy that pushes a fight, knowing that, but the fighter who's game coming back, so he gets some points for that too. So it was a pretty close round.
Well, let's hear it. Yeah, once again, the red corner, Sean Jones. Can you tell by looking at a fighter who trained him?
Mostly, if you know the trainers, usually all trainers, their fighters almost have the same style of boxing. They protect themselves differently, and you can tell when a fighter comes from a certain stable, and trainers have a lot to do with a man's style and how he fights, and you see that by knowing each trainer and their fighters.
So here's the 4th and final round, Sean Jones and Muhammad Eskia in this heavyweight matchup, the 7th of 9 fights on our card tonight. Jones immediately landing some left jabs. Eskia and counter punches. Now Jones with a nice combination culminating in a left hand. Jones trying to pick apart his opponent here. Eskia blindly throws a left hand. And Jones backed up into the blue corner. Now Jones misses with the uppercut and tries to tie up Eskia.
Yeah, there's some serious punches being thrown right now, and they're not throwing as many, but they're throwing more deadly as they're going along. But I got to give a lot to Eskia. You see how he's coming back very strong now. He took a lot of punches in the beginning, but he's a game kid, and a game kid is very dangerous in this business. Both of them are pretty well even. Right now I think are even in this round.
Eskia had his nose bloodied in the second round by Sean Jones. Jones going low, Paulie. He wants the inside game, but he wants, like, as you said, downstairs.
Yep, he's going downstairs so he can drop his opponent's hands down. But wherever you get a shot off, you're going to take that opportunity. If you got a body shot, you got to go for it. There's a point. You got a head shot, you're going to go for the head. But in the earlier rounds, you go to the body, try to get your opponent to drop his hands so you can go right up to the head. You weaken him, and then a punch to the head will usually take opponent off his feet.
Jones is winding up like a pitcher here in baseball. You were talking about pitching and catching. He looked like one there with a big kick. Now Eskia tied up. They're separated by Nick Previty. Eskia with a left hand to the body of Jones, and Jones at the same time responded with his left hand.
Yep, you can see now that they're pretty tired. They're throwing one punch at a time and leaning on one another. So it gives the referee, Previty, a lot more work separating these guys. As you see now, they'll throw a punch and clinch. They're very tired. They're exhausted themselves. They're big men. They're heavy. And they usually tire right out when they have heavy exchanges like that.
Yeah, they're right on. They're both on fumes right now. Although Jones seems to be the fresher of the two. Eskia seems to be slowing down. Now that left hand stunned him to the midsection, and an overhand right that connected to the face of Eskia.
Yeah, Eskia seems a little wobbly right here. I think that Jones landed a little punch just before you and rocked him a little bit. He seems to be a little off his feet here right now. He's a little, I see his legs buckling a little bit. I think he got hit a good punch there just a moment ago.
Jones, like a tactician, just bobs away from the onslaught of Eskia. Jones just nodding to his corner, saying, I got this one, guys, no prob. He's up 3-0. This is the fourth round. Eskia misses with a left hand and tries to put Jones into the headlock.
Yep, they're still throwing him. They're throwing him from the floor now. There's another good punch by Jones. But Eskia is a game fighter. He looks like in 1 minute he's going to go down. Next minute he's come back punching.
Oh, he wound up with a right uppercut.
Yeah, good uppercut by Eskia right there. You saw that.
And that is the end of this fight. Good heavyweight bout, Paulie. Sean Jones in the red corner and red trunks versus Muhammad Eskia in the blue trunks. Obviously a unanimous decision for Sean Jones.
Yeah, I guess so. This last round, I think it was pretty well even, but I guess Jones is going to take an unanimous decision.
Now, for somebody like that, we saw a lot of shots to the body. Both of these fighters, when they came out, they said they're going to, as we said, fight downstairs. Not many headshots. The percentage of connecting to the body is far greater than, of course, connecting to the head.
Well, it all depends who your opponent is. If the opponent seems to be leaving his midsection open, you're going to go downstairs, and you want to go downstairs. It's to weaken your opponent. When you've got the 4-round bouts, you try to do it all in the first round because both of them are excited. They only got 4 rounds to do it. When you take a fighter in 8-9 rounds, you're going to go downstairs in the beginning as to weaken your opponent. With those downstairs punches, weaken their legs, weaken their mobility, and then after you get them downstairs, a quick punch upstairs can take a guy out at any moment. Because he's tired, he's weak, and sometimes just takes a slap in the face and puts you down.